You're my sunshine in the rain.
All right. We were talking about Jamaica and the fact that you did not get the requisite support you were looking for by the members of the JSA on the board. But let's stay a little bit with Jamaica, because this is a question I wanted to ask you for a little while now, because it is widely rumored that you had an issue and you were most upset when Tamar Lambert was actually named as captain back then, and which actually led also to the resignation of the chairman of selectors, Nehemiah Perry. You two had some kind of confrontation or whatever at all it was. Would you respond to that?
You're going back a long way. If my memory serves me right, I remember, some message was actually broadcast from Nehemiah Perry to me, and, he was actually the chairman at that particular time. We had some discussion, and it was about the captaincy thing, So I said, listen, man, you asked me a question, what if Lambert was a captain? What if they chose Lambert over me as captain? I said, listen, that's not a problem, but just, deal with me accordingly and let me know what's happening, and then...
So you did not have an issue with it?
No, I didn't have an issue with it, to be honest with you, because, we're talking back and forth, but not cutting it, but they had asked me to captain before. They said they appointed me as captain before. So there was some misunderstanding when the chairman told me that basically they sent two names to the board, recommend two names to the board with myself and Lambert, which wasn't true, which was a lie. Automatically was Lambert there, so he actually lied to me and told me that two names.
That's chairman?
Yeah, two names recommended to the board. So, but he was talking to me in person and, telling me all these things, and, come to find out there was, all these talk was actually rubbish. So that's where everything actually kind of sort of break down there, from his side, so the communication was very poor there, and then that's what caused the animosity. But he was trying to feel me out if yes. how I'd respond to Lambert, but I told me it wasn't a problem.
I asked that basically to try and gauge the kind of approach, or the, for want of a better term, team spirit that you actually have, because many are of the belief that, it is you and then it's the others, because you are big Gayle and so on. So it's basically you and then the others. Let's go to another point, because you were most prolific in the IPL. In fact, the most consistent period I've ever seen from any batsman for quite a long time, which actually raised questions about your commitment to West Indies cricket, because if you can do that in the IPL, why can't you do or show that level of consistency for the West Indies, which led people to say that you are motivated primarily by money. How much of a factor is money in motivating Christopher Gayle's performance?
Now, I will disagree with you. When you look at most of my West Indies performance, maybe not has been that consistent, but I had runs, and I've achieved a lot of things, even in away. In South Africa series, where I had two test century in one particular series. Those were big achievements for me. Getting double century over overseas, and then eventually get a triple century. So when you look at the IPL, it's T20, so you basically, it's a big money event. So people going to always say, listen, man, it's because of the money and so forth. But yeah. Every player have the actual time to actually produce. I guess that was one of my time. Based on all these things was happening. So it's a situation I was in form. Capitalize on it as much as possible. Have a few low scores. But, the good thing about it, when actually I was in particular form, I'm trying to cash in as much as possible and get as much as possible. So it's not the money motivation factor, because when you look, my West Indies record speaks for itself, so there's runs, but you might say it's a different version of the game. So you can't really come and say, it's been consistent and so forth. But I've had some, fair shares of success, representing West Indies, and it was really, a good run. Even though, you'd love things to be better, but I can't complain in opening the batting. All
right, we're going to go back to the board charter, but seeing that we are on performance, let's just stick with a statement that you made some time ago about, you saying that you would not be so sad if Test cricket died out. You still hold that view, because it is very much prominent on your profile on the cricket side. Do you still hold that view, that you would be so sad?
This seems to be on one of those things been keep going around, circulating But if you look at, Test cricket, it's more a TV right. TV rights at this point in time. It's not where, people come and, watch cricket in the stand. That's how they negotiate, and that's how they go about doing, cricket on a whole. So it's more TV right. It's not, a fan base anymore, which, I think you need to actually, bring back the fans in to actually, get more support of the cricket. So it's not my fault. It's how they structure the entire cricket. So they're more focusing on TV rather than focusing on the fans.
Yeah, okay.
And the focus on the fans, and so players could actually, people could come out and watch the game. So, well, but when they look at my view now, and said that basically, Test cricket dying is because no one watching the game. But apparently it's just TV rights basically cover the entire thing.
So you wouldn't be or lose any sleep if Test cricket were to be phased out. That's what you're saying.
Sleep because listen, Test cricket will always go on. It's a main part of the game.
But you prefer the shorter version or the 2020. That's what you're saying.
I prefer the shorter version, yes. But I still play Test cricket. I'll still play Test cricket.
I don't understand that. Let's go back to the statement made by Hillary Beckles. You're a Don. He likened you to a Don, and this was in the heights of the whole Dodos affair.
Yeah.
When you heard that, what was your response?
I didn't respond. I just kept my cool and...
Like a Don would?
I kept my cool and basically, make a few phone calls and, try and get on this matter as urgent as possible, which is actually in the process at this particular time. I've been dealing with my lawyer to try and, sort this out as urgently as possible. So it's in the legal hands at this point in time. So we just, I'll just leave it at that for now, and hopefully we'll see what happens.
All right, let's leave it at that then, since it's being contested. What is many are of the belief that you do not have much respect, not for his abilities as a player, but probably as a captain. What is the relationship like with yourself and Darren Sammy?
And when you're talking now or before? Or
well, consistently.
Generally?
Yes.
It's been good, I was a captain, he was a player, we've been good, relationship been good.
Do you respect him as a captain?
Well, I always respect any particular captain. It doesn't matter who the particular individual or if anybody do something to me. Once you're in the team and if you don't have respect for your captain, it doesn't make sense. Things will actually, deteriorate. So, of course I respect him as a captain.
You are calling for the heads of CARICOM to address the situation. What is it that you want them to do?
Well, I'm sure
the cricketers always say that they don't want politics to mix with cricket, but now you're calling for the heads of government to come in and to do something. What do you want them to do? I think
things gone a bit overboard now to actually, the respect that players deserve, we're not getting and all these sort of things. And, they basically, seems like, well, they have the right to basically do whatever they want and how they want. So, just calling for a bit of help to actually, try and, intervene, do their research and see, where or why these things happening. So, it's just not my views. They can do their own particular views and, do their research. And, if it is a situation where you want both parties to be on board and then, have a discussion and see what's happening, and just those simple things to try and clear it up as much as possible. And hopefully the cricket can, be actually more beneficial for fans to actually, see some good cricket.
What is it that you want from the West Indies board? What is it that you're asking for? They say that they are willing to sit down with you, to talk with you. What is it that you are asking for? What do you want of the board?
I think it should be the other way around. What they're asking for me, I don't know what they want from me. That's what's the case. I'm on the sideline now, so it's what they want. What they're asking from me. I can't ask them, that question.
So if you were to be called to a meeting, are you now available for selection? You're ready at the drop of a hat if they were to call you to say that, Chris, well, let's meet tomorrow and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, meet tomorrow for what?
I don't know, whatever it is the meeting is.
I've had so many meetings, and they propose to actually I must sit and wait for another couple more meetings with the selectors and whosoever. The CEO is supposed to be there be back in office in August. That's what he's written to me and said, so I have to wait on him till August to actually have another meeting. Then what we discuss in the meeting, then he will have to go to another meeting to discuss my matter, which I don't know when. And then basically they will actually come back to me and they will say like, I've been tried.
You're giving up on it?
On what?
Are you willing, are you ready to represent the West Indies again? Or
yeah, but the next West Indies tour will be actually maybe November, December. So after this test match, there are actually, no more West Indies actual activities at this point in time. So it's just maybe regional cricket coming up.
You haven't given up though on representing the West Indies again?
Nah. I mean, I'm training, I'm still keeping fit. Man.
Yeah, but you have 2020 coming up in Sri Lanka, you have 2020 in Australia, and you have 2020 in India.
There's a lot of cricket coming up, and I mean, it's my livelihood, and I have to play cricket, So yeah, I can't just sit and hope. If opportunity presents itself, I'll have to accept and move on, because I can't get any strong word on what's happening. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if they will ever pick me back or whatever the case may be. So if an opportunity presents itself, I have to move on and I have to play cricket and I have to pay bills as well. All
right, before we conclude, Marlon Samuels recently in the one-day match at Sabina Park, at the end of it, ran over to you before he did anything else. What was that all about? You were on the mound and he just charged towards you.
That was surprising, to be honest with you.
It wasn't something that you two planned?
No, that was totally surprising, and like I said, we go back a long way with Marlon, and that kind of feel that was very touching to actually see that coming from Marlon. Like I said, he's been in the wilderness for quite some time. We're very close friends. We go, like I said, from youth cricket days. We've been training together, and I guess that was special moment there. That Kodak.
Yes. A couple of questions before we conclude. What is the problem with West Indies cricket now? Why can't we seem to be dominating the way we used to? Is it, and it's not short of talent. What really is the problem now, you think?
Yeah, you're right. It's not short of talent, but it all started from the head. You got to be right. You got to be right, and work with the players a bit more. And that's work with the players a bit more. Make players have a more free mind going out there in the middle. So the head is key. So if the head is not right, then the body won't function.
Speaking of is WICB.
Yeah, and the body won't function.
So you're saying WICB is not good for cricket then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Yeah, you started a problem for me again. No, I'm not saying WICB is not good for cricket.
Yeah. No. What is the final word that you would like to leave with your fans and for those who are watching out there? What would you want to say to them?
Well, I'm still open. Like I said, I'm trying to entertain as much as possible in whatever arena I'm actually playing. So, like I said, the support was great. I just want to thank the people for the support. It's been wonderful. Just one of those things, and it's sad. The situation is at this point in time. So, like I said, we all wanted to resolve. I'm sure I still have a lot more to offer, in the international arena. But if it doesn't happen, then so be it. But I haven't given up. I'm still working, still playing cricket, still enjoying life and have fun. So, life goes on, and I just try and live my life on a normal basis.
Christopher and Gayle, thank you so very much, sir, for that one-on-one talk, that candid expression. And we'll be following your career, of course, naturally.
Definitely.
All right, my good friend.
Thanks,
all right, thanks so much. Christopher Gayle, telling us exactly how he feels.